What is life coaching? Perhaps you've been hearing this term on your favorite podcast, or you've seen it kind of splashed across social media, and it's had you wondering, is this just a buzzword right now? Is this a phase or a fad? What is life coaching? Well, let's go ahead and jump into that right now. Hey everyone, I'm Janessa. Welcome to my channel. I'm owner and founder of Thriving Again Life Coaching. I'm a certified life coach, an experienced Christian life mentor, and an entrepreneurial homeschooling mom of 5 kids. Yes, my plate is full and I love living a thriving life. All right, let's go ahead and jump in today with what is life coaching? Because maybe you are one of those that have, you've been hearing this term online, or you've had a friend who has recommended you to see a life coach. Well, what is that exactly? Simply put, life coaching is part of the broader industry of wellness that is aimed at helping people to significantly improve every area of their life, right? Whether it be your interpersonal relationships, your health, your business, right? So coaching is your interactive support system for you, getting you where you are today to where you want to be tomorrow. One of my favorite quotes just perfectly sums up the power of life coaching. And this quote is by Ben Franklin. He says, "Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I may remember. Involve me and I'll understand." You and I both know it isn't enough just to merely be told what to do and then sit back and say, okay, thank you for that. And then we walk off and live our life, right? It's also not enough just to be read something, right? And then close the book on that and then go on with our life with no support. This is exactly where life coaching comes in. When we meet together as client and coach, I get to sit here and listen to you describe for me what your goals are, what your obstacles are, and where you want to see your tomorrow be, right? Where I want to see you get from where you are today into the abundance that is in your tomorrow. And I've often been asked, how is therapy or counseling, those other industries or services, how are those different from life coaching? And that's a great question. On my website, you will find a helpful graph that I put together at www.thriving-again.com that you get to see the differences between the counseling and the therapy and the life coaching sessions, and where the aim is and where the focus in these services lie. Overall, right, life coaching is about co-creating and co-developing a plan together for you and your life in the specific areas that you want. So it can cover a vast majority of focus, where if you go to let's say a therapist or a counselor, they are going to be looking at your yesterday, and they're going to be discussing and wanting to dive into what was in your yesterday, right? So, you think of the trauma or the hurdles, physical or emotional traumas that you've endured or gone through or struggling through, or maybe, the issues that you are currently going through. So getting you past your yesterday into a healthier today, right? Well, the goal of life coaching projects you into a further tomorrow, where we look at where you are today. And usually my clients are going to be otherwise healthy individuals, right? Who are just wanting to bring their tomorrow into more abundance. And so that is where life coaches come in. Basically, life coaching is characterized by me listening and asking thought-provoking questions of you and different reflections that I hear you say. And I want to make sure to honor your values and your drive into where your tomorrow looks, right? We're going to look at very practical steps and really kind of aiming your focus more into a tomorrow that you can say, I've accomplished my goals. I've seen improvement and I feel abundant. Whereas therapy or, counselors are going to be utilizing behavior modifications, experimental, practices or drugs that may help someone. And they're going to be giving you answers for your questions. And then life coaching is kind of the other way around, right? Where I listen to you and I ask you questions for us to get to the bottom level, right, of where you are at or where you've been, to go ahead and project you into an abundant, thriving again tomorrow. So life coaching in a nutshell, right? It's really a very specific guidance through support and encouragement. And if you think about it, it's just continuing what most of us had growing up, right? When we were growing up, we were often, surrounded by different coaches who were clapping and cheering us on and guiding us, right? It's kind of like that thought of me learning how to ride a bike, right? I might have been scared to try bike riding for the first time, but I clasped on that helmet and I hear my parent behind me, you can do it, right? You can do it. Get on that bike, right? They were my coach. They gave me the excitement and the support and the guidance to get on that bike and start rolling down the street, right? But unfortunately, a lot of us, as we grow up and out of those kid and teenage years, we find ourselves with a lack of coaches in our life anymore. And it's for very, very varied reasons, right? Friendships kind of, sometimes we have to cut ties with friends, or our friends now are moms and they're busy and they can't maybe help us with something. Maybe we are in a position where there's been a lot of change. So the people we would go to beforehand for coaching or support are no longer available. So all of us need someone in our life who is that excited, supportive coach. And that is exactly what life coaching is all about. And that's what you're going to receive when you come to me for life coaching. I'm so interested in hearing your desires and your dreams for your tomorrow. We're going to look at your obstacles, right? We're going to look at that. But ultimately, I cannot wait to see you get not only to your goals, but surpass your goals, right, for your tomorrow. And that is what life coaching is all about. So let's begin. I'm excited to start some coaching sessions with you. You can find me at www.thriving-again.com. I'm also here at YouTube at Thriving Again Coaching, and I'm on Instagram at Thriving Again Coaching. Thanks so much for joining me today.